welcome back to another story time. So, probably for about the last month or so, things have been a lot. Life has been a lot, and there has definitely been some massive challenges that I have had to deal with lately. But I don't think it's appropriate for me to be talking about those on the internet, so I'm going to have to skip that part of the story. So to get to where I am now and the latest procedure that I've had to have, it all came because I genuinely think my body, it had just had enough. It had had too much stress, too much of everything, and basically it couldn't deal anymore. Now, because of everything that has been going on, I actually went to the doctors about it because it was all just affecting me so much. I just didn't know what else to do with myself. So from that doctor's visit, I got diagnosed with stress and anxiety. So for me, that was kind of big because I've never really been diagnosed with them before. I'll say that I'm stressed and I'll say that I'm anxious, but I guess in the big scheme of things, it makes it all a bit different when it's actually a doctor that's diagnosing you officially with those kinds of things. Now, at the time that I got those diagnoses, I didn't know what that would mean. I thought I'd just sort of work through it and get on my day like I usually do. But unfortunately, not this time. It all took a massive toll on my body. And then, I guess, I had to pay the price for it. So with all of this stress and anxiety, basically my pain levels went up through the roof. Now that I haven't really experienced before. Like, I have pain every day and the levels do go up and down, but generally they're manageable or I can sort of work through them. But this time, not a chance. They were not cooperating at all. So I went and sought some extra help from my doctor and then my pain specialist. And from that, within literally a few hours, I was booked in to have another nerve block. Now, usually finding out that I am going to have a procedure the next day, which is basically really short notice, wouldn't be an issue, except for this time I wasn't at home. And one of the things that I needed to be able to get the nerve block done was I had to make sure that my neuromodulators were turned off. Now the problem came, me not being at home, and my neuromodulator remotes were at home. And I was about 3 hours away from them. So being able to get them wasn't really an option at the time. Now, the hospital that I was going to and my pain specialist, they ended up getting in contact with the company that makes the neuromodulators that I have. And they were so good, they actually sent one of their reps out to where I was staying so they could turn off the neuromodulators themselves. And then there was the plans that once I'd had the surgery done the next day, they would come back to the hospital and turn them back on for me. I was like, wow, that's a pretty good service. So within an hour of all of this happening, I had the man turn up to where I was staying, and when he was about to turn off the neuromodulators, he said, oh, so how will you go having them turned off for overnight? And I'm like, I don't know. I've never had them turned off for more than an hour or so at a time. And he said, oh, okay, well, I guess the only thing we can do is see how you go. So I'm like, okay. Like, I didn't really have much of a choice because I really wanted to have this nerve block done the following morning. So that was all fine. He turned off the neuromodulators, and then basically I was sort of in panic mode for the rest of that day and the next night because I was so worried that my bladder would just stop working because they had no stimulation going into it. I was just like, oh, please work, please work, please work. So every time I went to the toilet, I'm like, please work, please work, please work. And thank goodness everything seemed to work okay, which was good, but that was definitely a very, very restless night. The next morning I was up bright and early and off to the hospital with a shocking cold, which I had to try and hide that I didn't have a cold, because I'm pretty sure if the hospital figured that out, then they wouldn't have gone through with it. So I put on my best acting game. I get to go in fully clothed. I don't have to wear one of those stupid hospital gowns. Rocking the look. Some banana bread, an egg and lettuce sandwich that had absolutely no flavour, and some coffee as my after-op snack. Ready to escape. Well, an interesting development. I just had a shower, which felt great to get all the hospital ick off me. But I've discovered that all of this part of my arm is numb. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what's going on. So I think I'm going to have to call my pain specialist tomorrow and say, is that meant to happen? Because it did happen last time and it feels really weird. So I think I definitely better go and ask about that one.